Brightest blessings, everyone. Psychic medium Elizabeth Grove, the Paranormal Priestess. Welcome to the Paranormal Priestess YouTube channel. And if you are new, welcome, welcome. Blessed be, blessings. My name is Elizabeth. I'm a divine channeler, medium, remote spirit extractor, white witch, and divine alchemist. And I also happen to be a divine twin flame on the path to reunion. Happy summer solstice. Happy Litha, happy midsummer, whatever you celebrate. I hope that it's bringing you joy. I hope that it's bringing you all the magic that you could possibly desire. And we're going to be talking about some of that. It's going to be leading into the messages that I have for you today. But for those of you who do celebrate Litha, do celebrate the Celtic Wheel of the Year, I hope that it was special for you. I hope that you were able to hopefully get outdoors, be within nature, experience, the wonderful sun. If you're in this part of the world, I know other people are experiencing the opposite in other parts of the world. But I hope that, you were able to experience a beautiful one. And I can't believe, of course, as I always say, how fast time goes. I was able to get out into nature, and I'm so glad that I did. It was a really very magical day and magical night. I took my trusty little buddy here, my clear quartz crystal, which I've been working with for healing. And I was able to go to a very special place that I've been going to for years. Called Mills Pond, and I love this place so much. I've had a lot of paranormal experiences there, in terms really of residual energy, to be honest. So this place has had darker energy. It has had, unfortunately, deaths there that I was able to pick up on, but the energy of that land has dramatically shifted. A man actually came to this place, an older man, brought all these little fairy statues, was able to give all these gifts to the trees, to the nature spirits. He actually got into the local papers, and fairy dust, he built little benches, he put fairy wings in the trees, he put flags up. I mean, he went the whole 9 yards. And now the energy of that place, even though I've experienced a lot of residual death there and things, the energy is different. The nature spirits are now happy, and it's just wonderful to be able to walk through there and be able to see all of these little gifts, these painted stones, and all these things that he leaves. And every time I'm drawn to a certain area or a little grove, I always seem to find a gift there. I was like, So I decided that I was going to bring my own gift, and I did. And I left a crystal, and it was just really wonderful, and the weather was perfect for it. And at night, I was able to do my own ceremony at dusk, being that I do celebrate the Celtic Wheel of the Year. And it just lifts your whole energy. And for those who may not be in a good space right now, or they're going through a lot, please know that there's magic everywhere. There really is. The most simple magic is there to tap into and to be open to. And this is going to lead into the messages actually about the solstice, as well as the fact that we had a solar eclipse in new moon in Cancer. The sun is in Cancer as well. So it's a lot we're going to be talking about as far as emotions. So I hope you're taking care of yourselves. I know that there are a lot of ascension symptoms, and people have been very tired and dizzy and achy and things like that. So I hope you're taking care of yourself, and this is exactly what we're going to be talking about today. So the energies of this eclipse. Now, of course, anytime we're having an eclipse, the fire energy strongly purifies, transmutes energy. The new moon is about endings and new beginnings. Really starts new beginnings as far as the new moon. And we are now in new timelines. And when we're talking about Cancer, it's all about emotional energy. It's all about emotions, but it's also about feeling comfortable, feeling secure, okay? And honestly, I'm getting a lot for people who are looking at their lives and going, okay, I need to make some changes in my life where I am going to be feeling a lot more emotionally fulfilled, at peace. I'm feeling secure within myself. How can I do that? So some of the challenges have been about, okay, well, what's blocking somebody? What's blocking you perhaps from being able to create that emotional fulfillment, being able to feel peace within yourself, being able to feel secure with who you are in the world. So lots of stuff came up. I know lots of stuff came up for me as far as becoming very nostalgic. Okay, again, when we think of the crab, when we think of Cancer, it's about the home, it's about nurturing, it's about family, it's about partnership as well. It's moon energy. It's a very feminine energy, watery energy, emotional energy. And for me, this could be very true for you as well. I was reflecting on a lot of things that made me happy in the past, the things that did serve me. But I was also, of course, thinking of the things that did not serve my emotional happiness, and I had to sift through some of that. So if that came up with the eclipse, that makes a lot of sense. The things that did serve me, I was looking at it and revisiting it and realizing, well, these things have to come back into my life. These things are absolutely a part of my soul. They're a part of my expression. They're who I am. And I'm not going to be parting with them. And whatever has caused me as far as my perception or, the challenges that have come up in my life, whatever has stopped me from embracing all of those really helpful and serving aspects, those are the things that I know now that I'm working on, that I'm releasing any of those blockages, so that way I can bring the good stuff in, that I can become more whole. Because anyone who is on, journeys such as the twin flame journey, who's a light worker, who is awakened now, it's all about being able to understand what's going to serve us, who we are, and stepping into the healing, of course, but then being able to step into who we are as an authentic soul, and to be able to express that soul in the world. Now, some of what also came up was, are any of you feeling very nervous or feeling like you're procrastinating about coming out in the world, being your authentic soul, things that you've discovered about yourself, perhaps your gifts, perhaps your talents, things that have changed for you because you've awakened? Are there fears there? What your family may think, what your friends may think, how the world may judge you or see you. Okay, now these are the things that have been coming up that are important to recognize, because it really is about you being your unique self. In order to be your unique self and come out with confidence, it's about really embracing what feels good, and there's that emotional energy. Okay, and shout out to Yoga with Adrienne. Do what feels good. If anyone is looking for a great at-home yoga practice, Yoga for Adrienne is the way to go. Absolutely love her. But it's really true. It's about doing what really feels good. And some of us, throughout our experiences, throughout our relationships, have forgotten about a lot of that, have put it down, have forgotten about our own needs, have sacrificed our own needs for family, for lovers, or partners, for spouses, and for twin flames. This energy really is about understanding, where have you sacrificed your own personal needs? Okay, the ones that really are about you, the ones that make you feel good, that make you feel emotionally fulfilled. Where have you perhaps been over giving? Okay, where have you kind of, within the energy has said, okay, I don't matter. I'm not going to matter. This person is going to matter more. Keeping them happy is going to matter more. Keeping them happy matters more. I don't matter as much. I'm going to put myself aside. Okay, where in you have you been? Maybe you're in your nurturing, right? The crab, the Cancer is about nurturing energy. You have that compelling nature. You're compelled to nurture. You want to nurture everyone. You want to take care of everyone. Where have you maybe lacked taking care of your own self? Have taken care of everyone so much, and that's been, it's from your heart to do so, but where have you forgotten you in the mix? So think to yourself with this energy about your personal needs, about what makes you really feel wonderful, peaceful, and secure in yourself. You can even bring that to the environment, your space, your sacred space. Perhaps it's going to help to create sacred space, a space that makes you feel more comfortable, a space that's more you, a space that is just really says home. But remember, this energy is about creating that home within yourself. It truly is. I'm also getting to with this energy about creating healthy boundaries and loving boundaries. And that's something that people, tend to have trouble with. And this goes along the same lines of sacrificing your own needs for others, ignoring your own needs, ignoring what makes you feel good. Perhaps someone else won't like it. Perhaps your family won't accept it. Whatever it is, whatever that you feel great about, it doesn't have to be, those same things for other people. But where have you sacrificed that? Okay, and if you have, now it's time to really take that back, give to yourself. Self-care. It really is. Self-care goes so far. But setting those boundaries, setting those boundaries are so, so important. If you've been over-giving, if you've been over-helping, say you're on the twin flame path and you've been over-giving, over-helping, way too much nurturing out there, wanting to take care of, say, your counterpart, and they're still stuck in a loop, they're still going through the same types of patterns, and it's been draining you. I've talked about this on the channel before, but it definitely pays to mention again. It's time to set those boundaries. Okay, it's time to pull back that energy and make it about yourself. But there's a way to do that, which is more loving and positive, and there's a way to do that where it's shutting somebody out and it's coming from an angry space, resentful space, and all of that. So it's helpful to know about that, and this particular energy, that brings up that. It brings up, how can you release that anger, release that resentment, release the past and the things that happened there that didn't serve you, didn't serve the connection. This is, for twin flames. And where can you create that healthy space, okay, where it's benefiting you and you're replenishing your energy and you're happier and you're more at peace and you're more ready to face life. Where can you do that? If not, it's truly about placing someone over you, and you don't want to forget about that. Your alignment is so important. Your happiness, your vibration, your frequency is so important, and it's not about changing other people. Use those boundaries and creating healthy space. And if you find that you are connecting with someone, it could even be a family member as well, though, or a friend. But if you're connecting with someone and it's been about the other person, and you've put your own needs aside, or this person has been taking from you. This person has been coming to you because they need that emotional reassurance. You make it always better for them, and then they're continuing on and still within their same patterns, and they're not creating that transformation or that change for themselves enough. It's time to really set those healthy boundaries with love, with compassion, with respect for that other person or other people. Okay, and it's really going to help create a lot of that change that you really do want, that you really desire. But some of us, we don't realize that we overstep our boundaries, and it comes from a good place. But think about that with this energy about creating healthy boundaries, creating healthy space for change. And when you do that, when you create those healthy boundaries and you create that space with love, coming from, a positive space, it gives you a chance to finally take a good look at yourself, tune in, and ask yourself, what do I need? Do I need to address my health? Have I been ignoring symptoms of my health? Have I been ignoring things that I used to love, like drawing or singing or playing instruments or dance or, or creative endeavors perhaps? But it could be anything. It could be beyond that. Were there things that were really good, that worked for you growing up, that they used to bring enchantment into your life? They used to bring simple pleasure. They used to bring, that happiness. And somehow you've come to the realization, that, I gotta be within the real world, right? I need to conform. I need to look good from everyone. Everyone else has to look at me in a way where it's okay. They're accepting me. Are you perhaps concerned about what others think? What is your value? Learning about your value. Upholding your value, upholding your worth. And if there have been situations, traumas, wounds that have prevented you from really understanding your value, really understanding your worth, really stepping into you and creating that home within you and that sacred space around you and feeling good, being yourself in the world, if there are things there, it's now time to look at that. And these energies, the solar eclipse, the new moon, it brought a lot of that up, and it's continuing to bring a lot of that. So that way we can work through it, and we don't have to worry about what other people think about us. We don't have to sacrifice our needs, sacrifice the aspects of ourselves that really make us us. We don't have to sacrifice it. There'll be no wanting. There'll be no intention to sacrifice that, because you'll be so secure within yourself. So think security as well for these energies, feeling secure. What is it that's going to make you feel secure within yourself? What are those things? Giving yourself those things. And what is it going to take to have you feel secure within the world? Being an advanced soul, being someone who's different, perhaps a little strange, perhaps a little weird, perhaps a little quirky, whatever the case may be. Okay? Now, I like going on my nature walks, and I have a staff, and I'm a very magical person, and one of my favorite places in the world is going to the Renaissance Fair. I haven't been there in a long time, but when you go to the Renaissance Fair, you go to these different festivals and things, you or even, pagan events or, magical folk, come across a lot of different types of folk, right? And, they're magical, or who's an artist, an innovator, who sees the world just a little bit differently, perhaps very differently. Those are the people that never felt accepted. They never felt like they fit in. They never felt perhaps their worth or their value growing up. And here they are, they get a chance to really express who they are. They really get a chance to express the things inside of them, their world. And they get to feel wonderful about doing that in a safe environment where everyone is open to that and accepting of that. Okay, so I just want, I want you guys to reflect a little bit on that. That's just an example there. That's just my own type of personal example. But it really is about owning yourself, embracing yourself. And doing that, the more that you do that, the more you give to yourself, the more that you forgive yourself, the more that you let go of all of the BS, letting go of the false identities even, perhaps the 3D constructs of society. You've given into that, and oh my gosh, I need to be this way. These are the standards. I need to change. I need to look like these types of people. I need to have a job, and I need to act and live my life live my life in a way which is socially accepted by 3D society. Perhaps you've done that. Perhaps you've gotten caught up in that. Perhaps you've lost aspects of yourself. Those pure aspects. And it's now time to peel off those layers. People have been doing the work. People are continuing to still do the work, and as we peel off all of those layers, as we get through the things that really aren't us, the things that we only thought were us, the ego believed was us, and we get down to the real soul, then we can really embrace that soul security. Be empowered in it. And for those who are on twin flame paths, being empowered and having that soul security and giving to yourself and recognizing what you need, those are acts of self-love. That raises your vibe, that raises your frequency, and that's the very thing that aligns you with your higher self energy. And that, of course, that's what makes the twin flame dance work. That's what harmonizes it. As soon as we look outside of ourselves, as soon as we try to point out and look at our partner and say, these are the things I don't like about your personality, these are the things I don't like about what you're doing, this is what I don't like about how you live, this is what I don't like about your choices, all of those things, it triggers, right? And what does it do? It mirrors back to us those very same themes. How are we not being true to ourselves? Right? So everything stems from being true to ourselves, being fulfilled emotionally, engaging in what makes us feel good and makes us happy, and not relying on anything outside of us or anyone outside of us. We can give that to ourselves. That's where the true loving empowerment comes from, and that's what attracts the twin flame. That's what assists your counterpart as well. Maybe some of you, it's time to create those healthy boundaries, that healthy space with love, with compassion and patience for your mirror, and to give yourself that compassion and to have patience with yourself if there are layers that you are peeling away, whatever you're working on for your growth, for your betterment. So all of these types of things are coming up with the Cancer energy. So think to yourself, reflect on that. What is it going to take for you? And I hope that you find those things. I hope that you step into those things with confidence. I hope that you create that home within yourself. I hope that you recognize your own beauty and your uniqueness. I hope that you are engaging in things, even if they're different, even if they're strange, even if they're not what your family would really approve of, or your friends would approve of, or society would approve of. It doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Why want to be like someone else? You're here to be you. You're here to be you. Your unique light. and then be able to shine that light with confidence in the world. Okay, so the creative energy of Cancer, okay, it's about what your gifts truly are, what your talents truly are, and to discover that, to keep discovering that, to work on that, and to really work towards living a life that you are really proud of, where you are not only servicing others, you're also not forgetting the balance of serving yourself. So balance, think balance as well. Okay, I think I covered everything that I wanted to. Let me know if this resonates. Okay, and I'm wishing you all, empowerment. I'm wishing you all fulfillment, emotional fulfillment, and security within yourself. I'm wishing you all to step into your higher energy and frequency, your uniqueness. I'm wishing you all joyful, magical days. And, not every day is going to be great. You'll have, days that are, confusing or chaotic and things like that. But where you can take the time to give back to yourself, it's so very, very important. Okay, remember the basis of all relationships are always about, how are you relating to yourself? What is that relationship like, and where can that improve? So, lots of changes, lots of huge changes, new beginnings with the things that I've mentioned, new timelines with what I've mentioned, and I hope that this has, been confirming for you. Brightest blessings, everyone. Take very good care. Remember, from the heart of the darkness is born the light. Huzzah! Take care, everyone. Love you all. See you next week.